All right, everybody, I think we are prepared to start up here. Got the game just up and running. Got to make sure the timer is lined up. There we go. I'm actually off a bit, so let's fix that. There it is. Awesome. Right, now it is time. Welcome, everybody, to today's match. We are now about done with the first minute. Little bit of a snafu there. Let me take the mask off here. We don't need that one today. Whew. There we go. Apologies, we're getting used to the setup here. But, yeah, it is time for the new setup. How are we liking it here? I've got the new hat. Got the new Angel City robe and everything. It's a good time to be here. Here we go. I am pushing this forward slightly. All right, we're about a second ahead on the timer. According to my TV, it is 1:45, so yeah, we're about 2 seconds off. That works for me. Okay, so welcome, everybody. We basically started right around the time of kickoff. There had been a bit of a issue getting everything good because hadn't gotten to fully test drive this new setup with the ability to switch between the clothes and the background. But we've got everything up and running properly. Able to operate from the great outdoors rather than the friendly confines of my tree dwelling. And so let's talk about this match here. So we have Chicago Stars versus Angel City. To put this in perspective in the standings, let me pull those up for you. Chicago Stars currently sit at 15th place out of 16 at 12 points. A victory today would put them still in 15th. They would be level with Houston for 14th, but the goal differential, unless Chicago could win this game by 15 goals, would be far too much. They are still far too low for that. In case you're wondering right now, we got Chicago moving from left to right on the field. They are playing in their white jerseys with the blue trim and blue shorts. It's the Chicago blue that you can see on the score sheet right here. Angel City is playing in their standard black uniforms with the pink trim and the black shorts. They are moving from right to left. Starting lineups for today. Chicago Stars are playing a 4-1-4-1. On defense, going from left to right based on their keeper. Number 27, Katie Atkinson. Going from left to right, we have Nadia Gomez, number 11. Sam Staub, number 3. We have... Hold on a sec. There it is, number 11. Nadia. Nadia Gomez. I had that one already. No, 25. Where is... Okay. I'm looking at two different screens here because I was trying to get first name because the NWSL screen doesn't do it. Aaliyah Farmer, number 25. And then number 5, Michelle Alozi. And that's the defensive line. Their holding mid for today is Maitan Lopez, number 77. The 4 standard midfielders are acting as, again, from left to right on the goalie's view. Number 8, Jamise Joseph. Number 10, Brianna Pinto. Number 16, Monica Hayashi. And number 9, Mallory Swanson, the captain. And then we have Jordan Haitema, number 99, acting as the main striker in front. Angel City is running a 4-2-3-1 today. Angelina Anderson acting in goal, number 19. Going from her left, we have Evelyn Shores, number 15. Sarah Gordon, the captain, number 11. Emily Sams, number 6. Giselle Thompson, number 20. We have 2 defensive mids going from left center to right center. We have Karina Laguerre, number 16, and Ari Borges, number 8. 3 proper midfield. We have Claire Elmsley, number 10. We have Ali Sentner, number 17, and Mayara, number 12. Svindis Jansdottir is acting as the striker, number 32. So that is the entire starting units there. The fact that I was able to go interrupted should give you an indicator as to how much has been happening here for the first 6 minutes. It's been a lot of just contention moving back and forth through the midfield. No one's really had a clear opportunity just yet. All right. And so, this one looks like it is going to be it was a free kick to Chicago. They were on their defensive third, but they opted to just pass it back here. So, here it comes, number 9. Here we go. Swanson had taken attempt with it. Could not get anything going, passed it to the backs. Swings to the left. Once again, she's taking it on. She runs to the middle of the field. Unable to make anything happen. Ball is shot and goes to the right. I believe that was Joseph taking the shot. I am actually going to be queuing up. Yeah, I'm going to actually queue up Sling because this I have it set to run on antenna, but the antenna signal seems a little weak and it's glitching out on me. So I will have it up here as well. Oh my, this one is very much behind. Because I called it up and it, not even kidding here, it gave me it a full minute earlier. So that is not an option. Okay, we are not doing that. Thought that was a prospect, but no. As it turns out, antenna runs a lot faster than Wi-Fi. That should not really come as a surprise to anyone. We know how this stuff works, but an antenna has been the standard for quite some time for a reason. But yeah. Alright, so Chicago is able to take on the ball. So I am going to have to do this from a distance here, unfortunately. A lot of just dribbling back and forth on the defensive line so far with Chicago. No attempts to move forward. There's the opportunity. They're finally making a move. Alazi with the ball. She gets it into the offensive half before running into way too many defenders. Passes it back out. Midfielders kick it back to the defensive line. Once again, we have Staub with the ball. Kicks it all the way up into the box. No one near it. That is going to be picked up by Anderson. Ball did not really get close to the net. I think she just wanted to make sure that play ended. Which makes sense. There is no reason to allow such things to go for an extended period of time. So far this season, Angel City is basically playing 500 balls, 6 wins, 1 draw, 6 losses. And breakthrough there. Mayara runs with the ball before running into 2 players. I don't believe a foul happened, but the screen glitched there, so we are going to just assume there was nothing. And I'm going to, just to pause a moment, y'all, I am going to tinker with the screen here. You'll still hear me, but the, yeah, the model might glitch out for a second and go crazy while I move. Okay, so Chicago still running with the ball. They've got it at midfield. The defensive line is passing it back and forth. Swings all the way to the left. They get it up to the midfield before having to abandon it and send it back to the defensive line. It is very clear they are going to be calculated about how they go on the attack here. So, yeah, this might be a... this might end up being a fairly slow match if Chicago controls possession, because they are trying not to directly engage Angel City as much as other teams might, which makes sense. The midfield of Chicago is generally their weaker point. I believe that's why they have 4 running in that spot, as well as a holding mid. They're trying to get a better grasp of the middle of the field, but at this point, it's a lot of pushing around the outside. Here we go. Here's an opportunity for Alozi as she runs up. She's able to go pretty uninterrupted until she tries to enter the box, where she runs into Shores, who forces the ball out. And I believe that was off of her foot, so that should be a corner. Yep. Yeah, I'd be fairly certain to call that one a corner. We've got Chicago players moving in. Set plays would be... in a matchup like this, you would assume set plays would be where Chicago tries to go in to make an opportunity. Actually, pretty decent attendance in Northwestern Stadium today as the corner kick flies, runs off of an Angel City head, and floats back to the outside. Ball is kicked over. Zaig Joseph with the ball. Takes a left-footed kick from way beyond the top of the box. And it goes clean over. Oh, sorry, she actually did pass that first. Did mention there. That was actually Nadia Gomez who was able to seize control at left her on. Now, what I will also note, because we have some other matches here, around the later stages of this, one match will be starting. I don't think we'll really get into it very much, but Orlando and... Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong date. It is Louisville and Houston are going to start their match while this one is still active. Utah and Orlando are scheduled to be the second half of this doubleheader after the fact. I'd actually thought we would be doing the full doubleheader, but I actually have plans to have dinner, so with some people. All right, here's a press forward by Angel City. They're into the offensive third. Goes over to the right side. Got midfield in control. They've got 4 in the box as Angel City escapes to the sideline. They attempt to now swing it back out. Once again, 3 people loaded into the box, as well as one player now sitting right at the top, just outside of it. Ball is kicked out, trying to feed it in, and that is a goal kick. So this will be Atkinson's first goal kick. We are nearly 15 minutes into this match. Comes the press forward. Laguerre sends a pass to Borges. Goes over to Sentner. Sentner making a run at, makes the pass back to Laguerre. Laguerre sends it back to Sams. Sams has been pressed a little forward. Botches the pass. It's intercepted by Chicago. Chicago now uninterrupted all the way to the front. They're well outside the box, but it was a pretty clear run. Unfortunately, by then, the defense had already caught up, so there was no chance of any of that really occurring. Here goes another pass. Here's the opportunity. Jansdottir with the ball. Makes a play off the ball, gets into the box, kicks it back. This goes over to Borges. Borges over to Evelyn Shores. Shores pops it over to Emsley. Emsley just outside the left side of the box. Makes a pass. Goes back to Borges. Borges now at the top. Moves it over onto the left. Ball's trying to kick into the box. It's intercepted by Chicago. They dump it away. Their attempt to clear fails. It stays with Angel City. Angel City now back on the right side. A clear run into the box. Attempt to pass it in. Here's a chance at a header, and it misses. It was too low. Last second, it looked like Emsley tried to lift her leg and pop it in, but by then it was way too late to have a reaction to it. Apologies, I do have my lunch here with me. 16 and a half minutes gone so far. To this point, no goals. I've not heard them mention that they have any intention of going on a water break yet. Ball is thrown in. The ball did get forced out by Chicago, so there was a throw-in. Gets kicked away, but the only person in the area is an Angel City player, so this possession will continue. It's going along the right side of the screen relative to the Angel City goalkeeper. Players fall over. Ball goes into no man's land. Chicago players able to pick it up, and now they are back in control of the ball. Midfielders attempt to take it up before the defense for Angel City is there, and they're sending it all the way back. And Atkinson takes control of the ball. Is now being kicked back and forth between the two center backs. Back and forth between Staub and Farmer. Staub tries to press it up. Has to get kicked right back as a give and go. He passes to midfield. Midfield tries to get up to the front line. It does not work. It goes all the way back to Staub. Sends it over onto the right side. Swing pass fails. They swing it back. So again, Staub will control the ball, trying to find an opening. Nothing doing. Chicago is pinned into their own defensive third, trying to find an opening, but they cannot find one amongst the Angel City defense. Ball is finally kicked up. They're able to get it to Alizé, who is able to start running it around midfield. Forced to go upwards, not actually towards the goal. And she goes down in the process, and I think they're calling a foul. That should be a free kick to Chicago. I believe Shores... Yeah, Shores grabs the jersey as she gets pulled down. So that is a free kick to Chicago. Again, defense trying to press the ball. Defensive line finally gets it over all the way. Gomez running with the ball. Sends it over into the middle off of a cross pass. They're in control just outside the box. They send it backwards to Pinto. Ball is passed over. Shot taken at the top corner of the box. And it is stopped by Anderson. It is the closest thing I've seen to a Chicago offensive effort there. Yeah, earlier before this, I was watching the Bay FC game. Boy, if disappointment was a game, that was it. As for, the FIFA World Cup, that match is that match has been a weird one. They are in the 90th minute now. The score is 5-3. We got someone down here for Chicago. And it looks like it is Mallory Swanson. Trainer's there stretching her out. So in terms of the goals here, England scored on the 3rd minute from Declan Rice. Ezri Konsa scored in the 18th minute. And Bukayo Saka has a hat trick for England. 37th minute, 1st minute of first half injury time, and then scored on a penalty in the 87th minute. France has 3 goals. Kylian Mbappe has scored 2 in the second half, 48th and 66th minute, as well as Bradley Barcola in the 54th. This match, I mean, it's functionally over. Only thing I could really see is they might be willing, like, if it gets late enough, England might be willing to allow Mbappe to get a hat trick. By the way, we have gone into water break, so nothing really happening at the moment. That's why I started reading off. 21 and a half minutes in here, when Jordan Haitema scores this season, Chicago is undefeated. 3 wins so far. But it is worth noting, based on their record, Haitema does not get to score very much. At least the opportunities aren't there. So here we go. 22 minutes in, game should be getting back to running here. Oh, here we go. Play begins again. Free kick to Chicago. Center back kicks to center back, kicks back to keeper, and we're back to what we were doing. They have a lot of possession control. Chicago has been controlling the ball pretty well, but there's been so little movement that I don't feel like it's tiring out Angel City. They're mostly just standing waiting. Ball did go out, so it is a throw into Angel City. Shores makes a quick throw. Emsley tries to pass it in, intercepted by Chicago, but it is retained on a 50-50 ball in the midfield. I believe that was Sarah Gordon who put control back in there. Emsley with the ball again. She's got all the way near the goal line, but well away from the box. I start to pass it back. Sam's with the ball now. It's passed all the way back to her. Shot is taken from a very long distance. Keeper has to make a dive for it. I think she did manage to save, or it could have been a miss. But either way, Mayara scared, I think definitely scared Chicago into covering her a lot harder. Yeah, the ball did go wide and left, but the keeper did have to make a dive for it because it was not by much. Mayara is the first player in Angel City history to score in 4 straight matches. There's the goal kick for Chicago. Another 50-50. Player falls over. I think they're going to give a free kick here. I think contact was made on the landing. So that should be a free kick over. Oh, and Haitema is down. Trainer has already run out on the field to check on her. Goes some stretching there. I'm not sure if it's a straight injury or if it's just a cramp. Right now, she is laying on her back, legs elevated. So They got subs standing up, but no one's actually checked in yet. So, still not clear yet. Angel City's mostly just standing around each other right now as they are dealing with the injury. Chicago is circled up as well, so this is basically turning into a timeout. A goal was just scored for France in the 6th minute of injury time. Not seeing who it was just yet. Looks like Dembele got it. Now, there's only about a minute left in that injury time, so even at 5-4, I would be very surprised to see anything else from this match. I would be fairly confident saying England is probably going to take this one, which means the bronze medal is theirs. Haitema has been helped off the field with the assistance of 2 trainers. Question is, so now from here, the question will be, are they going to go for a substitution? Because if you sub her out, that's pretty much it. We're not seeing her again today. But if you decide she is going to try to come back in, you're dealing with 11 on 10 until she's back to it. So it's going to tell you how comfortable everyone is about her playing just based on that. There it is. Yep, we have a check-in. Yvonne Chacon has been brought into the match. Number 18, she is replacing Haitema. That's definitely a hefty loss on the offensive side. Then, ref is currently talking with Sarah Gordon. Here we go. It's still not a lot of, flow of play here. They have called for a free kick, though, so Chicago is going to be making a free kick on this one. All right. Ball is at the top. Here's the kick. Attempt into the box. Nobody near it. Anderson just pulls it down right at the 29-minute mark. So none at this point. Jude Bellingham just scored, by the way. 8.5 minutes now into injury time. England is now up 2 goals. I'm calling it. That's congrats to them on the bronze medal. I know absolutely no one on that field cared one way or the other whether they got it or not. But at least everyone got to see a bunch of goals. All right, ball's in the box now for Angel City. Ball went off of a Chicago player. They eventually took a shot, but it did not go anywhere near the net. I believe that was Jan's daughter trying to make something happen. Just was not really possible. The defense was very well set. But now in this goal kick, the 50-50 ball did become difficult to maintain. Let's see if it happens again here. Ball goes up, enters no man's land. It is controlled by Chicago this time. I think that's what they're trying to look for. They're trying to get it in a space where there's room to corral the ball. So you have to be a lot more keyed into where you're aiming and how much space there actually is. Angel City does get control of the ball, pressed along the right side. Mayara sends it forward. Ball is... They try to keep it in. It fails. Ball gets rolled out of bounds, and that'll be a goal kick. Like, decent attempt, but was not to be. Now, when we get closer to halftime here, I do want to talk about the week so far. This has been one. Apologies there. I did have to get up to move my phone to a charger here. It was running low a little bit. They are showing highlights right now, so we're not seeing anything. It's a highlight of the Kansas City-San Diego match, which we will be speaking about, but man, that affected a few teams, to say the least. Oh, this is the second... the reason they went to it was they are on the second water break. Again, I watched this muted. So that way no sound picks up, which means basically I'm going to interpret based on the screen. All right. Got a lot of Chicago players along the bench. Seem very... The mood is definitely a lot more serious on the Chicago side at the moment. I think they know offensive output might be even more limited, which means unless you can get a busted play, a goal might be difficult to come by. On the other hand, Angel City is just looking for that opportunity to get on the board. As I said, we had a goal kick coming. Here it is. Ball is sent forward. It goes off an Angel City head, but it ends up on the foot of Chicago. They try to send it forward into no man's land, but Angel City's defense is faster. So Sams now takes the ball, pass it to Borges, back to Sams. Swings it over to Thompson. Thompson to Sams. Sams acting as the center of the offense at the moment, trying to get something generated. Pass it over to the other side. Then it swung back over. And now Sams again. This time presses it all the way up, going forward. Chicago's defense gets to it first. Now here's a chance to press forward. Is this going to be an opportunity to pass? Nope, they are calling an offside. There was a lot of jogging, and I was wondering why it was no one acting urgent, but I think Chicago knew the flag was up. They kept moving forward, just waiting for the whistle. But the free kick goes over. Once again, here's a chance for them to press up. Ball goes up. Still under possession of Angel City. Angel City player is pulled down. That should be a free kick to them. Elmsley tried to get a kick going before anyone could be set, but the ref wanted it preset, so that will not be happening. Ari Borges instead will kick. Takes it with her heel and just knocks it back to Shores, who then sends it over to Elmsley. Tries to pass to Shores. Ball is defended, kicked out of bounds by Chicago. Now it's a throw-in for Shores. She throws back. That one is over to Gordon. Now Sams with it, sends it over to Thompson. Thompson's able to poke it through. Borges sends it forward to the front line of Mayara. She's not able to corral it. And Chicago gets temporary possession before Mayara pulls her down. So play continues on after a free kick from Chicago. Chicago now with it. Ball gets kicked up forward. Nothing, but ends up being chased down by a Chicago player. Try to send it forward. Goes over to Angel City on an intercepted pass. Player's tripped, and that'll be a free kick. He's definitely playing aggressive at the moment. Ball gets kicked all the way up, and it rolls well away from everybody. Are they going to make that a throw-in, or is it going as... Yep, they're going to rule it as a free kick. That thing was a distance away. Right, Angel City with it again. D-line with it. Once again, moves up. Player tripped. Trying to run to the ball, I believe. Let's see. That would be Sentner there. They aren't calling a... They aren't putting up a card, but it does look like they were warning Lopez a little bit on that one. All right, Sentner sends it over. That's over to Elmsley. She's got it running along the left side. She's in line with the box. Tries to make a run off the ball. Forces Chicago to slide tackle and force it out of bounds. That's going to be a corner kick for Angel City. And it looks like, again, it'll be going to be Elmsley making this kick. Got a lot of Chicago players down. 6 Angel City players in the box. No one gets it from there, but Thompson's able to corral the ball. A shot taken from up high, and an excellent save by Atkinson. Ball actually got some height, and she had to jump for it. But she was able to actually grip it, corral it bare hands, and she rolls it out. There's a fight for the ball. Ends up going out on the left side, and that'll be a throw-in for Chicago. That's definitely been Angel City's best look so far. 38 minutes gone in this match. Angel City seizes up on the ball. Ball is pressed up. Here's another opportunity for Mayara. She is running uninterrupted up to the box. Sends it over to Shores. Kicks over across. Here's a shot and well over the net. It was a give and go. Mayara tried to get a one-timer shot, but got way too much under the ball. And yeah, this looks like a field goal. At the trajectory of one. Just a quick update for everyone how this would affect the standings if the results changed. Or didn't change. Chicago would go to 13 points. Still 2 behind Houston for 14th. They have the ball now. It's up into the offensive half. Some passes back and forth along the left side. Goes over into the backfield. Again, Staub sends it over. It swung all the way to the right side. Now Alozzi with the ball. Passes it off. Now back in the middle. No man's land again. Mayara sends it back out of the area. They try to kick it back to the backfield. It is intercepted. It's like Pinto with the ball. Sends it over. Alozzi tried to pass it into the box, but it's stolen. Angel City launches it forward. They are saying Jansdottir pulled a player down trying to get to the ball. And so she cannot run at it. And she's frustrated there because I think that she saw that as the opening. We'll have to see if there was a pull down, but in any case, that is 40 minutes gone so far in this match. Fairly game effort here from a Chicago team that was limited. If the result holds as is... Oh, actually, never mind. We're back into play. The free kick was a pass. Attempted steal by Angel City. Chicago gets cold feet and passes all the way back to the keeper again. Ball is stolen, trying to swing it. This could be a shot. It is. This could be an opportunity right here. There was no opening for Sentner to take the shot, though. She had to escape the box. She was, at one point, about 13 yards in front of the goal, just to the left of the penalty spot. And Chicago player would just not give her the space. And then a second one pressures her out. I thought she was going to pass to Elmsley for a second to take a shot from the far left, but the opportunity just didn't come up. And Jan's daughter was frustrated, I think, at her pass, because I think she was expecting it to be able to be shot immediately. So unfortunately, one there, no shots materialized. They are getting plenty of opportunities, though. It does seem like they're starting to wear down Chicago. So if you're the Stars, you're just trying to get yourself to halftime here so you can reassess. All right, here's the run-up. Once again, Alozi running with it. Finally dumps it off to Swanson. Pinto with it, kicks it back to the defensive line. Staub again. Gomez sends it up into a 50-50 space, and Chicago is able to pull it down, but constant pressure from the zone they're in. Here comes a run from Gomez on the left side. She crosses it over. Here's a chance for Chicago to get a shot, and they get one! And that is a goal for Chicago. Rough start here. And they have not changed the score yet on the screen. Are they checking? Oh, she's very much offside. Yeah, they're going to wipe this goal. Yeah, never mind. I don't think that they struck it. Yeah, they haven't put it up. Yeah, this is just going to be a free kick to Angel City. Like, I hadn't seen it there until they showed the replay. But, yeah, she was a full body length past the last defender. All right, so ball gets sent out around midfield. Shores throws it in. Ball still in play. Borges is able to seize control of the ball. Swings it all the way back to Sams, who sends it over to Giselle Thompson, who's running up with it. They're trying to make the plays along the right side. Here's an opportunity. It's crossed into the box. Ball is going to roll out harmlessly, but that still leads to a corner kick. Angel City's going to have an opportunity now. Mayara is now bleeding from her right elbow. I don't know if they'll blow it dead yet, because we are at the 45th minute already. But here comes the corner. It goes up. Ball is chased down. It was headed away by Chicago, but Sams chases it down. Ball is still an opportunity here. Sentner tries to set it up. Too many Chicago defenders still down low. The ball is blocked when they try to kick it away. That should be a goal kick, but yeah, definitely an aggressive set of plays here for Angel City. If Angel City was to hold this, by the way, this would be their 20th point of the season, which would put them even with Orlando Pride. However, they would have a superior goal differential, +6 versus +1. So Angel City would claim the last playoff spot at the moment. If Angel City was to win this match, they would move to 22 points, which would put them ahead of North Carolina for 7th. We'll talk about North Carolina here in a little bit and their dismal performance. But first, we have 6 minutes added to the clock. Chicago led the ball out of bounds, so this should count as a goal kick. go. Ball is kicked out. They tried to launch that ball, and there was no one in the space, and it rolls out of bounds. Anderson will get a goal kick for this one. There it is. 50-50 goes to Chicago for a change. Very good push there by Alizé. She's able to seize enough control that Angel City has to force the ball out. So this will be a throw-in. Here's an opportunity. And I think a free kick will also happen. Some messy play from Angel City here as Jonsdottir gets called for a foul. By the way, I thought it was 6 minutes. No, I'm reading that wrong. That is 9 minutes. This is going to be a long one. Which makes sense with the injury. Here comes a chance for a free kick here. Swanson kicks it into the box. Long one. It's headed away by Angel City. Here comes. Ball gets kicked back in. Here's another chance. It is stopped by Anderson. Ball is still in play. There's another chance coming. But too many Angel City bodies. Every attempt to shoot was blocked. And that should be, I believe, a corner kick. Let's see here. Yeah, the shot goes. Anderson lowers her knee. So that bounces off her knee and gets launched back in the other direction. But definitely a dangerous place to be. Once again, it's going to be Swanson doing the kick. This is her 100th career start. Good for her. Again, I think Chicago knows this is their chance. They've got 6 people in the box with another one standing just outside, like 1 step behind. Yeah, they have loaded up. Angel City is following suit. Good number of defenders down there. Chicago knows they can get a lead here. There's not really enough time to level it, so they can kind of dictate how the strategies go in the second half if they can play from ahead. Ball goes off a Chicago foot, but not at an angle that anyone could try to kick at the net. And the ball is forced out by Angel City. This will be a throw-in from pretty good distance away. About 4 minutes gone so far. This would leave about 5 to go. It's going to be a throw-in. We're just waiting for the throw to happen. It goes into the box. That was a great throw. But nothing doing. It is forced out. It'll be another throw-in. Send it back again. I think they got Swanson doing it again. So we know who they're trusting. Ball goes into the box a second time. Ball is still just barely in. They were able to corral it. Never mind, the ref is saying it didn't count. They are having it act as a goal kick. Anderson launches it away. Here's a 50-50 ball. Chicago trying to use this as a chance to sustain some attacks. They are playing much better than their first time against Angel City this year. They look much improved. The ball's kicked back to the defense. They're trying to set something up here. It's been 5 minutes gone in this first half so far. And they've actually played pretty well. And a yellow card is called. I believe it is on Jonsdottir, because she is jawing at the ref right now over it. Oh, never mind. It is Michelle Alozzi. It's actually on Chicago here, so we have a booking finally. So here it is once again. We've got the press. It goes up the field. Ball is still in play. It's rolling forward. Jonsdottir, can she corral it again? A shot. She does actually get something released, but there was no prayer of it going towards the goal. It goes wide left. And so here we go. Ball's pressed forward. Chicago trying to make a play at this. They are not able to outrun the defense. That is a foul called. It will be a free kick. That was a heck of a chase down because we saw right there, it was actually a decent attempt to try to make something happen. The moment. Chacon chased the ball down, but just could not outrun Sarah Gordon, who had already gotten a head start. Minute and a half left here, roughly, in the first half, including the injury time. But yeah, definitely Chacon is made for an interesting one. I don't think Angel City had prepared to see her this quickly. So it is made for a unique go-around here. Alright, so here we go. Ball is thrown. Ball's gone out of bounds. It's throw in straight to Angelina Anderson, who controls it, sends it over to Sams. At this point, we're 8.5 minutes in on injury time, so I'm going to assume we're going to see the halftime whistle here after this attack, assuming Angel City tries to do an attack. So let's see what they decide on. Here's the run-up. Still nothing. They're controlling the ball. Are they going to make a play to get into the box? It's chased down. Ari Borges is not able to corral it, though. Stolen by Chicago. I think they're going to blow the whistle right on here. But first, Alozzi running with it. Trying to see if another attack can happen. A little bit of a clash before the ball rolls out of bounds. Alozzi wants a penalty kick. But since it wasn't leg to leg and there was no pushing, I don't think they're calling it. And they are blowing the whistle on this one. That is the first half. Here it is. And we are at the half. So an eventful half, all things considered. Even though there was no scoring, it did turn into something of intrigue. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to replenish my stuff around here. I'll be back in to talk about the other matches that have happened so far through the week. Roughly 3 minutes, probably. So, quick break in the action. Alright, everybody. Apologies for the delay there. We had a chance to do some laundry. Took the advantage. We got some time in this halftime here. It's not the same amount of time we get from, let's say, the World Cup halftime, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a half of football unto itself, but still good amount of time. So as we're at halftime here, let's talk about the match results that have happened so far this weekend. So I brought it up a little bit. Kansas City and San Diego, clash of two top 7 teams, now top 6 actually. And they both came away with points, but not the points they wanted. 2-2 draw. Obviously, I'll be doing a lot more in-depth stuff with this. We actually get to it, but as far as what it means for the league, it means San Diego has officially lost the top spot on the table. 1 point was not going to be sufficient if Gotham won, which they did. We'll talk about that in a moment. Kansas City, that win does put them ahead of Utah Royals for the moment. It is not a permanent condition. Utah has a match in hand, which is going to be played in about an hour. So that 5th place position is potentially temporary. We will see what happens with the results of that. But for the time being, Gotham hits their halfway point in first place with a 3-2 victory over Seattle. Another big result for them. They have played really well here in the last few weeks. And it was, truthfully, a blown game from Seattle because that game had been Seattle's all day. They had taken a penalty, were up 2-0 all the way in through 80 minutes. And they basically pulled an Egypt and just unleashed gave up 3 goals. 2 of them in injury time. 2 of them multiple minutes injury time, where you figure this is basically done. And so, yeah, that cannot sit well with Seattle and their caliber, and it's probably not sitting well with San Diego that they lost first place because of that. Another team that took a surprise here was Portland. I did call this one that this was going to be one that was going to be difficult for Portland to take, but I figured they would at least salvage a point. Blown lead here costs them everything. They lose 2-1, so that holds them in 4th position. Washington still very much has them on goal differential with 2 matches to go. 2 matches in hand for Washington. At this point, Washington, with a match in hand, could still be in first place by the end of this weekend. If they were to win by even 1, they would have a 3-goal edge on Gotham for that top spot. But as we've seen, when it's down to goal differential, it really is anyone's game. And then the last one we saw was Bay FC, 3-0. Just taking it to North Carolina. That very much surprised me that it went that cleanly. Bay FC is looking a lot better following their trade. And that moves them up to 18 points. I mean, at this stage, they are ahead of Seattle. I feel confident in saying they're playing better football than Orlando. It's them and Denver probably both playing better than Orlando. So one of them is the 9th right now. So Angel City's going to have to keep up their hot streak to stay ahead of them. But they could also get a little bit of padding here if they could pull off this victory. A win would put them ahead of North Carolina, set North Carolina to the 8th position. And, I mean, we will keep watching the action here as the longer we go. Orlando is going to try to do something here against Utah. Could we see an upset, them taking points off of Utah Royals? Could be. Even if they just take a draw from it, that would put Orlando still level with North Carolina. In fact, they'd actually get the goals for tiebreaker to get ahead of them. And if Angel City has won their match, they would still be ahead, obviously. But and then Utah would move to 25 points, which would be enough to get them back ahead of Kansas City at least, and retake 5th. Yeah, it's an interesting setup here, but it does create a tighter position into the 5 spots, where suddenly we saw North Carolina being there. Now North Carolina's in a bit of a fight with Orlando and Denver and Bay potentially. Angel City might be taking on the front of that. Again, I'm speaking it into the ether here. Got to get that goal. Got to get that goal. And preferably get a couple of them, because I know what y'all do after the 80th minute. All right, we are switching sides here. We got players on the pitch. I'm deactivating the halftime, so the clock is back up. This should be exciting. Are we getting any substitutions coming off of halftime? We're waiting on next. Or we're waiting for this to set up. Just some quick updates on just women's football in general, because I know we're getting, after the match tomorrow, which is the fixation of the entire footballing world, which I could be very much right on. Remember, I picked Spain in my World Cup video, so I'm very much hoping that pans out. The focus turns to the Women's World Cup, where the last few qualifying positions will be set. In all likelihood, USA and Canada kind of got some first-round buys here. They just have to win their matchups in November, and they should be in the clear. Same thing, heavy favorites for Mexico and Jamaica to claim the other 2. Jamaica not as heavy because they got Costa Rica, but they are favored. There we go. We have begun. Off by about 2 seconds, but not by much. All right. An immediate attack by Chicago as they tried to make a play on to shoot, but ran into both center backs and nothing doing, and ball clears out. It is Angel City's throw. All right, Giselle Thompson with the ball. Press it over. That's going to go out. I was going to say, that was definitely out of bounds. All right, so that'll be a throw into Chicago. But yeah, going through the Yotel Otla rankings, which use ELO style from chess to attempt to properly rank everything in the leagues. One thing that shocked me, North America has now 2 of the top 5 women's leagues on the planet. NWSL currently sits in 2nd to the Women's Super League in England, but the real surprise is Liga MX Femenil has climbed all the way to the 5th strongest league in the world, again behind NWSL as well as England, Spain, and Germany's league. Now, bear in mind, it is based on an aggregate of all the teams, so Women's Super League does sit in an advantageous position, only having 12 teams last year, because they couldn't have their top 5 or top 10 calculated because it represented too large a portion of their league. And if you look at it, if you look at their average overall, NWSL was beating them through the top 5 and top 10. It was only when the bottom 6 were added in that they took more of a hit than the Women's Super League and dropped below them. Oh, a header from Mayara, and the ball gets saved off of a diving stop on Atkinson. So let's look at this here. Let me explain what we just saw. Jonsdottir had been kind of on the way out. The cross actually was a lot more accurate than I thought it would be. It looked like it was going long, but it actually landed right at her feet. She was able to take a decent shot at it. Good reaction, though, from the keeper here, Atkinson. Definitely an excellent effort. 3 minutes gone. That's been the best shot from anyone today. Actually required the goalie to make a dive for it. Here we go. Press forward. Elmsley with the ball on the reception. Comes the cross in. It's again, same type of setup, but this time, nothing doing. Chicago was ready for it this time. Now he's going to attempt to run up. Chicago's got 2. Angel City's got 3. And they are forced to bail out. Thought they might try to take him on off the dribble, but they thought better of it. A slide to try to save the pass. It goes wrong, and it rolls out of bounds. Angel City gets a throw in. And that'll be Mayara making the throw in. It is from the distance. Once again, passing up. Shores goes all the way through. Mayara passes. Elmsley was there, but the ball is intercepted at the last possible second. But it stays in the box. They're still in control. They're going to try another pass in. Another block, and very good defensive effort from Alozzi, who is really holding this defensive line together, to be honest. All right, Sams takes the ball after a long one. Gordon chased it down, passed it to her. And now Giselle Thompson with the ball. Passes it back to Sams. Defensive line out here trying to set up a play. Angel City moving left to right in this half. Thompson passes it through. It goes out of bounds. It was not corralled well. Yeah, rough one there. I think that was Borges trying to do it. The throw in, the attempt to launch the kick does not work. Laguerre takes control of the ball, passes it over to Emsley. Here comes a pass to the left. Here comes a shot! And it's wide left. It hits the left side of the net, but an excellent attempt by Evelyn Shores, who went into a dead sprint so she could have a shot at this. She literally, takes a half step to corral the ball and then just fires. Think shooting with the left foot on the left side. She wasn't able to get enough of an angle. That needed to be done with the right foot. But the half step at that point had already gotten a defender at that angle where a right-footed kick probably gets blocked. So it is how it is. A good pass in earlier. Mayara tried to get something in on the box, and then she wanted a trip. They didn't give it to her, but they are calling for a free kick. They still have the ball and try to take it. It rolls out of bounds. So they're actually calling it a corner. Here comes the kick. Mayara not able to hold on to the ball, and Chicago ends up with it. There is a whistle blown. 2 Angel City players down. It appears to be Mayara and Jonsdottir. Oh, wait, no. That is not Jonsdottir. Let's see here. I'm trying to watch this play out. All right, so Mayara gets her leg pulled. And then a slide in. Oh, that was Ari Borges. Really should have been my guess in hindsight, because that appears to be a common thread in these matches. Ari Borges just getting flung around. She is a very strong player. Very much willing to get physical. But yeah. For smaller size, that definitely becomes dangerous. And they are calling that trip in the box as a penalty. The first one, I don't know which one they're calling. I think it's going to be the one on Borges. But this is going to be a penalty kick. Oh, boy. Here we go. So here's a chance at a PK for Angel City to finally seize control in the 54th minute. They're allowing Mayara to take it. Here we go. Will Atkinson be able to stuff this? Stares it down. Not made her move yet. She is standing at an angle that indicates right foot kicking, though. No whistle yet. We've gone to the 55th minute now. She's waiting for it. We're still in that first 10 minutes of the half window where it seems like it is the opportunity for goals in that early going before everyone really gets into that rhythm of the second half. So this would be a good opportunity for them to take advantage of it. I think they are checking the reason it's being held up. She did get tugged. I would have to assume they called the one on Mayara getting her foot tugged, because Chicago had the ball at the time when Borges got tripped, so that would have been probably a free kick. In any case, here's Mayara ready to take her shot. It took so long, we've gone into the 56th minute. Here we go. She launches it to a reduced speed, and it rolls in. And that is the first goal. That one will not be called off for offside. And it is 1-0. Angel City. Let's take the hat off. Woo! All right, celebration time. For at least a few seconds. Yeah, it was a messy play. It was right on the edge, too, where I don't... Like, it's one of those ones that feels kind of ticky-tack giving it as a PK, but technically everything involved was in the box. So there's really no way around not giving them a penalty. In any case, I am very satisfied with this result. We are now 56 minutes into this match, which would put us now 180, 230, 236 minutes since the World Cup break concluded that Angel City has played a clean sheet. So an excellent effort all around from everybody here. But that update would put Angel City to 22 points. That would be her, and by the way, that is Mayara's 5th straight regular season match with a goal. She is the 2nd youngest player to ever do that. Diana Ordonez in 2022 had set the record. Once again, there we have the kickoff going. Chicago will try to make a counterattack here, but now it becomes a little bit more of a difficulty. All right, they're going to try to press forward. I do expect we will see a much more defensive-heavy effort from Angel City on the backside now that they have the lead. I hope they do not go full on park the bench the way Team England did and screwed up their chances. There we go. That was a trip up there. Incidentally, Mayara will be celebrating her 22nd birthday here in a little under a month. So when the Women's World Cup happens, she will be 22 years old. Very likely to be on that national team. 2 years ago, she was still under 20, so she competed in the under 20 Women's World Cup. When that ran through, Brazil got as far as the quarterfinals before a 1-0 loss to North Korea. Incidentally, something to be mindful of, ranked number 11 in the world right now, and with clearly some very good young talent, North Korea, who actually beat Japan in the final of the Under-20 World Cup. So, yeah, that is definitely a team of high honor, at least in that country. And we'll see what Brazil does with the upcoming World Cup coming. Here we go. Defense for Angel City. Locking down right at the top of the box. Not really allowing any entry. Ball gets launched and lands right at the foot of an Angel City player up front. I believe that was Elmsley. Harder to see from this angle because she's farther in the back. Goes back to Borges. He swings it over. Ball goes from Sams down to Thompson. Team is packed in near the border of the offensive third. Kicked all the way back to midfield where we have Sarah Gordon with the ball. Sams presses it up. Goes over to Thompson. Nope, rolls out of bounds. Solid match here so far. 60 minutes in, I think they're going to be calling for... Are they doing the water break now or saving it? It looks like they're going to have them start the play, and it'll be the next stoppage where it's going to come in. Maybe they are going to blow for the water break because they've got Jake from Steak Farm taking up the quarter of the screen right now. They did pull it off. I think they were expecting on timing that was what was going to happen. Now I think it's going to occur. The ball gets headed out of bounds. It will be Angel City's throw in here 61 minutes in. No, they're not calling for it yet. Here comes next week. Angel City will be hosting Racing Louisville. Ball goes up. Nothing there. Ball gets kicked back. Sams ends up in control of the ball after a swing pass over from Gordon. No control here, almost 62 minutes in. They're trying to just maintain possession and start to control the clock, which I think is the right call right at the moment. Here it comes. Here's another opportunity. Attack coming through. Mayara over, kicks it. Ooh. That was an opportunity right there, potentially for Sentner, but the ball gets blocked. Ball's finally kicked through. It goes out of bounds. That should be a throw for Angel City, but I think no one's really motioning towards it. Are they going to? Nope, they're going to have it keep going. Giselle Thompson's going to do the throw-in. Actually, they probably will call for it now because the goalkeeper for Chicago has gone to the ground. She's not laying down, but she is grabbing her left hip. So whatever play just happened, she looks like she extended herself. We'll see. I'm getting the sense that they will probably call for it here. Yeah, they have put... they put the Liberty Mutual stuff on here. They've got they've got the backup keeper warming up. That could be a problem. So as far as I can see, they only have one goalkeeper actually set for the roster today, unlike Angel City, who has two. Alyssa Nair, in the jersey number 1, is going through the motions here, so we might be seeing a substitution. Right, she is getting up. It doesn't look like she's attempting to leave the field. So I think we're continuing. "64 minutes gone here. I was going to say, it looked like she had been walking and then finally dropped. I think whatever on the last play had happened, it had been bothering her, and this... since there was a dead spot, I think she took that moment to alert the ref. That did break up the flow of the game a little bit too, so potentially a little bit of gamesmanship there as well. In any case, Thompson makes the throw in. We're back in play. Ball gets bounced around a bit before Thompson finally settles on the ball. It ends up getting stolen off the dribble. Angel City, as soon as they get some control, get it back to Angelina Anderson, who is just outside the box. Now is setting up, gives it to Sams. Sams back to Thompson. Thompson running with the ball, pushes it forward. It's on the right side. It is going out. Are they calling for it? It is going to be a black throw. So that is going for Angel City. Thompson will make the throw, it looks like. And to chase the ball down because for some reason there wasn't a backup easily available. So we're keeping the same ball. Right, ball is thrown in at very near range, so Thompson can just play it off the dribble. Finally kicks it out sideways, but it gets intercepted and launched far away by Chicago. Ball's bounced around a bit. Sams heads it. Borges, a header as well. Finally forced by Mayara. She gets it over to Layer. Run off to the side. Tries to pass it in from outside the box. It gets deflected. That should be an Angel City corner based on the way I saw it go out. We will see, but I think that's where we're going. All right, here's a potential scoring opportunity. Ball goes up. And it's headed away by Chicago. Ball is still in play. This could be an opportunity. Ball goes back in. Sentner cannot get the shot, but it rolls to Mayara. She tries to take the shot. She can't get it. Jansdotter tries to go for it, but it is a sliding play by Atkinson, who stuffs it. And while it wasn't clear at the initial moment, Brianna Pinto is also on the ground. Both players laying out for the ball, trying to stuff this from happening. Yeah, we had a slide and a dive at the same time in two different spaces. That became a high pressure situation. And Claire Elmsley is coming off the field now. Taylor Suarez will take her place. That'll be the first substitution for Angel City. It looks like it's going to be the only one. Monica Hayashi is being replaced for Jenna Bike, or BK. So 16 out, 4 in. I believe we got one more substitution happening. Brianna Pinto, after that, is stepping out. So number 10 off the field, B. Franklin. Number 20 coming in. So the keeper kicks it. Rolls into an area where Angel City is able to corral it, and here we go. There's a chance. Launch through. I believe that was Sentner who took the shot, but goes too high. We go. 68 and a half minutes gone. Water break will likely happen again around the 75th minute. Ball rolls through. It is now over on the left side outside the box after some misplay. Here comes another run-up. It's swung over to Borges, who presses it into the box. Here's another opportunity. Potentially, ball is knocked away by Alozzi, and it ends up back to Chicago defender who clears it. And so here we go. Ball ends up corralled by the defense of Angel City, who swings it over to Thompson, presses it forward along the right side. Not able to get any real control over it. Ball bounces off a Chicago player as well as the Angel City player and rolls out of bounds. I think they're calling for the corner. Taylor Suarez in here now up near the front. And here we go. Thompson again, pressing it through. Here's a big kick from Sentner. Here's an opportunity, and it's saved! Ooh! That was a really good shot by Sams. Fired right at the very left corner and forces the keeper to just move in and cut off the last line at the last moment. Here we go. Ball is cornered. Here's another shot. It is forced out by Chicago's ample defense down there. And a whistle is blown. It looked like they were going to allow Chicago to run with it after pulling down a player. They are not allowing that. A little bit of a delay on the whistle there. All right, here it is. Ball going up the field again along the left side. Trying to cross it in, but just never getting enough space to actually kick it. It will be a throw-in as it's forced out by Chicago. Alright, so should be, I believe, a goal kick here. I believe Zentner had tried to send it up, but just, yeah, nothing doing it. It went clear out. We're about to be 73 minutes in here, as once again it's time for another goal kick. The opportunity in place for Atkinson. She launches the ball. She's definitely not kicking as strong as she had been. These 50-50 balls are playing more into Angel City's hands. They've got control again very quickly and just outside the box. At this point, if the ball is just going to be resting in this area anyway, this could be one of those situations where you just turn it into very long possessions and only attack when the opportunity really arises. Alright, so here's another throw-in. Still outside. Ball is stolen by Chicago. It did not go out of bounds. They're going to try to take it, and it's stolen by Angel City, and it's forced out. That should be a throw-in to Chicago. Once again, ball goes up. And we got a player down for Chicago. This might lead to the water break pretty quickly as we're already in the 75th minute. It is for Chicago. The jersey number in the 20s. I'm trying to... I think it's B. Franklin. Oh, no, it's Farmer. Okay. Yeah, it just looked like a cramp, though, because she's right back up. Alright, so now, they haven't blown for the water break yet, but we are past 75 minutes, so could be happening at any point. Here's an opening! Ooh. A really nice setup by Angel City there to Sentner, who was right in front of the keeper. So the ball gets picked up. It lands right on her foot. She sends the shot pretty much immediately, and a diving stop by Atkinson shuts it down. That looked like the second goal ready to happen there. And since we were entering the last 15 minutes, it would have been a good insurance goal right now as we get into the stressful times if you're an Angel City fan, because you know how these last 15 minutes turn crazy. All right, ball goes out of bounds. That should be a throw-in. It will be Chicago getting it. I will say Northwestern's soccer stadium here does have some unique angles. Like you can see just from the low angle when they show it, there's like a guardrail and everything. It's a very unique angle view. Here comes a big cross over for Angel City. They're able to get it into the box pretty cleanly. They have two defenders. Pass it over. This should go to Mayara. And she's forced to run it out of the box. We go, another chance to cross it in. Here's the opportunity off of a Chicago player, and that's going to stay in play. Giselle Thompson tries to do something with it. Gets deflected. It goes out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in. 78th minute now. Alright, ball comes up on the corner. Ends up at the top. Unable to do much with it, but it gets crossed back in. Here's another opportunity. Ball is headed out. And Chicago takes control. Forces it up the field. Alright, here's a running start for the offense. Can they make something occur here? Control is finally lost thanks to the defensive line. They kick it away. Ball is just rolling very slowly out of bounds. 79th minute. It's a Chicago throw-in. Here comes, this will be a throw-in for Staub. Here goes a long throw. This actually, you could reach the box. It does. Unfortunately, it also lands at the chest of a Angel City player who sets it and brings it over to Mayara, who launches it all the way across the field. Is chased down. Angel City now with the ball once again, maybe 5 yards behind the box on the left side. Here comes a swing pass. It's going back to the defensive line. Once again, credit to them for not immediately going for the most desperate move here. They are trusting the team to get this job done and run the clock out properly. Ball coming up. It's hit. Nothing doing there. Borges with the ball. She sends it back to the defensive line. 80th minute here. Ball is sent up by Gordon, and it rolls out the side. This will be a throw-in. So here it comes. We are getting into that danger zone. 80th minute of play. That's likely going to be a free kick. Yep. It was a play on the ball. Chicago player rolls off of it, and a very hurried move here. Could this be an opportunity to go on the attack? Ball is kicked. Ball is launched and goes well past the net. 80 minutes gone here. The pressure continues. But now I do think we're going to see some sustained attacks from Chicago, so I do suspect Angel City is going to have to earn this one. Go. All coming through. And a very nice effort so far, but in kind of a dead ball space, it's going to be a throw-in for Angel City. There is some control, but not enough. Oh! Goes off the Chicago player, so she can't control it. Player is tripped, and that's going to be a free kick for Angel City. The question is, was it in the box? No, it was just outside, but they are doing a yellow card. It was definitely an act of desperation there, so that tracks. Yeah, Jansdottir was going to potentially be able to make a move, just was not able to get the spacing necessary here. Yep, it's Aaliyah Farmer. She takes the yellow card on that one. We've not seen any substitutions, really, since that first window. Surprised they're not doing it here to just break up the play. Suarez and Sentner are going to stand with the ball just outside the box. Chicago wall is building up. Looks like 2 players are going to angle it. They're communicating right now with Atkinson for how they want it angled. There's a lot of Angel City players standing in front of the net ready to rebound if this goes sideways. We have 3 defensive players just outside the box as well, ready to go for it. Ball goes high, rolls out, and that'll be a goal kick. Once again, they're showing the penalty kick, which has been the difference in the score so far. Again, a rough play about 8 minutes into the half. Gave Angel City the only opportunity they've really been able to take advantage of, but so far it's also the only opportunity they've needed. Question is, will it be enough? Mayara is coming off the field here, and Prisha Chilufya is coming on. So number 12 off, 24 on. Chicago also making a sub. Michelle Alozi stepping off, number 5 out. Layla Ohabi is in. Nadia Gomez, number 11, off. Michaela Johnson, number 23, going on. So 84 minutes into this match, Angel City is keeping most of its unit on. They still have 3. And yeah, the substitutions for Chicago, that would be the 5th person they've subbed. Also worth noting, Ohabi has played for Manchester City as recently as this year, so she does have a championship, as she was part of that campaign. So, man, is this a difference. As a Manchester City fan across both teams, definitely feel for the difference in what she is seeing right now. A lot of movement in front where it looked like there was a possibility, but no one could get any firm control of the ball. Best they had was Sentner directly in front of goal, trying to get over the goalie's head and just put it over, well, everything. Chilufya ends up with control of the ball after bounces around in 50-50 space. Good crossover move by Layer, who sends it back over to Chilufya, who has run over to the right side. She sends a cross in. Is this an option? It is! Are they going to count it? They are counting it! That is Savindis Jan's daughter. Yes! 2 in. And that should effectively do it if this goal stays in the books. Good sliding shot here by Jansdottir to just redirect it in. This play, I mean, there was no real way to defend it once the ball got through, because the keeper had to make a play on the ball on the player who was nearer to it. But yeah, good assist here by Chilufya, who you're thinking at the moment when it's being chased down, that's going to go to the near shot. But it skips through Taylor Suarez, who was right in front of the keeper and was ready for it. She lets it go past her, and Jansdottir makes a sliding shot, and it rolls through off her left foot. And that puts us to 2-0. Let's put the hat on. And that should be enough to put this game to bed. I mean, we shall see. That should does not mean anything. But that update will advance the goal differential for Angel City to +8. Which at this moment would give Angel City the 3rd best goal differential in the entire league, behind only Gotham at +9 and Washington at +11. again, just goes to show what they are capable of when they're functioning well. It's just all the litany of goals seem to happen in bunches, and then there's just long stretches of not scoring happening. Luckily, this has been the month to really get into a rhythm. As you started out with a relatively weak opponent, you got a rivalry game to get your blood boiling. Now you have Chicago, who's been dealing with it, and you're going to end the month next week against the literal last place team in the league. We are still checking for an offside, which is why this is taking so long. We are now in the 89th minute. Alright, so we're checking, is anyone offside? At the time of the release, it doesn't look like it. Oh, but it might have been Chalufia herself. I'm trying to see if she's passed on the... When Giselle Thompson makes the pass, is she ahead? Ooh, that's close. It is possible part of her leg stride ran too long. I know a lot of people think that should be more similar to hockey, where as long as a part of you is in line, it's fine. But that is not the world in which we live. They are taking it off. It is an offside. We are not done here. Goal has come off. We're now in the 90th minute, which means we now need to figure out how much time is being added for the, well, for the everything. There has been a lot in this match. It will be a free kick from where Chalufia went long. It's launched, gets just past midfield. On a 50-50, but they are calling a foul, so it will be a free kick again for Chicago. Contact looks like it was made with her ribs. She is gripping her left ribs, B. Franklin. Alright, they are adding 10 minutes to the clock. We are officially at 90. So what I'm going to do on the scoreboard is I am going to reset it. Start it from 0. And we're about 2.5 seconds behind. So yeah, the upcoming schedule here, Utah, Orlando is going to be starting up here pretty soon. Hopefully y'all can enjoy that. Boston, Washington runs tomorrow after the World Cup final. You can see it on Victory Plus with a free account at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. And then the league is off until Friday. So that took a very long time to get set up. So we are now already a minute gone, which leads me to wonder, are they going to... Did they even count any of the time that's happened so far? Yeah, a lot of crazy could still happen with this much time on the clock. Like we've got Angelina Anderson after an offside. She's going to take this kick herself, allowing all the other players to press up. I think Angel City is trying to just seize control into the offensive third and just pass around to really take just control of the time remaining. Ooh, bad pass there. Ball ends up rolling out. We got a goal kick. Rough play there by Laguerre. All right, here's another opportunity. A goal kick for Chicago. As they press forward, where are we going with this? Goes into the midfield. Incidentally, if this holds, this will be the first time in franchise history that Angel City has kept a clean sheet for 3 matches in a row. At this point, the streak is 270 minutes, not including injury time. We'll see if injury time ends up leading to a goal and a catastrophic finish, or if Angel City has outgrown that since the time off. Ball has rolled out of bounds at the throw-in for Chicago. They are near their box. Ball under control here by Olabi. Staub with the ball. Sends it over. We got... Ball swings over to the right side now. Presses in. It is blocked by Borges, who is standing right at the top of the box to deflect. Ball tries to get crossed in, misses wildly, and that should be a goal kick. Yeah, Swanson swung it to BK, and she just power shot it from the right side. So here we go. Anderson again sends it up. And here it comes. Ball rolls through. Still in control here. Ball kicked up high there from Olabi, but it is stopped by Anderson before the cross can really materialize. We are 4 minutes and 45 seconds at this stage. We are rapidly approaching the end of this match. Will Chicago get a chance to equalize it? Will Angel City get an insurance goal? Or are we just going to sweat this thing out all the way to the finish? I know I am either way. This room has gotten very warm. We go. Ball cuts crossed in. Here's another opportunity, and Anderson saw it coming. There was a decent shot, a header there. She decides, I am not waiting, and just jumps at the ball, pulls it away before anyone can make anything happen. Ooh. He did something there. Right, ball rolling through. So again, Chicago starting with their backfield, trying to build up from something. We go, a chance passed in, intercepted. Here we go, here's a run up. Running to the side. Giselle Thompson trying to make something happen there, is not able to. Ball gets passed over. It swung all the way back to Lier, who kicks it off to the other side. Looks like we've got Shores with the ball, presses it up to the far left. A sliding tackle, gets it away from by Chicago. That should be a throw-in for Angel City. And they are walking to that ball. They do not want this thing. They want to eat the time. Just run it away. And it does look like we have a substitution going here. Allie Sentner, number 17, coming off. Neely Martin, number 14, coming on. Will they make any other additional substitutions? This is the third window they've done. Are they only going to do 3? It does look like that's all they're going to run with. Ball still being passed around here on the defensive line here. 97.5 minutes in. What are we going to see? They try to press forward. There is so many Angel City players along the middle of the field. It is borderline impossible right now to pass through that center membrane. Here's a run-up. Chalufia running uninterrupted. Here's a chance to pass it. Is this going to count as a goal? This time I think it will work. This time Jan's daughter should be counted as onside. And I think that will end it. We'll have to see here. I'm sure they're going to check it again. Going to hold to it being in the position. All right, let's look. Yeah, Chalufia was definitely onside. When she makes this pass, oh yeah. No, Jan's daughter was still a good body length and a half behind Staub, who was challenging Chalufia at the time. So that will be fine. Yeah, that one's completely on the level. That will be finished. Now Chicago, we control the ball. We'll try to get a goal here, but now, as a reminder, we're already into the 10th minute of injury time. I know they're probably going to add another, but at this late stage, even giving up a late goal might be it. Like, 2 goals is a bit on the impossible side at this stage. Angel City forces the ball out. This will be a corner kick. Chicago is just going to be looking for getting the 1. I believe I predicted a 2-1 victory here. Are they gonna get a way too late goal? It goes up. Anderson, left hand, pops it away. Rolls out. This will be a throw in for Chicago. Are they going to blow the whistle on it? Looks like they're going to allow it to go. She throws it into the box. So there is still an opportunity if they want to try to make something happen. Ball is kicked up. Still in control of Chicago. I think as soon as it's cleared, this might be it. Ball is kicked through. Have they not blown the whistle? They've still not blown the whistle. Ball is kicked out by Angel City. That'll be a throw-in for Chicago. This is, at this point, so late in the game that the play here is effectively meaningless because the goal would just be the end of the game. Here's an attempt at a header, and it is saved. Anderson holds on to it. She's going to walk with it. She's going to dribble it. She knows, until the ref actually presses her to do something with it, she's holding off. Ball crosses into offensive territory, and that is it. Throw the hats up. Let's celebrate. Woo! An excellent effort on the part of Angel City as they come away with yet another win, their 3rd since coming back from break. This win firmly cements them back into the playoff picture, ahead of North Carolina for the 7th position. Still only 14 matches played. And now, at this point, within striking distance of Kansas City current. And depending on the result of the Utah match, in striking distance of them as well within 1 week. Within 2 weeks, they are in range of the Portland Thorns. Actually, they have 2 games in hand on Portland. So, yeah, if they were to hold form on those 2 matches, they could get as high as the top 4 and actually have a home playoff game for a change. So, definitely a strong position to be in. We will see what happens here in the upcoming weeks. If they were to win those 2 matches in hand, they'd also be Wow, I'm looking at it. They would be within 1 point of San Diego, so there is definitely room to improve. The openings are there, but they got to win their matches. We'll see what they're able to do with it. For now, the focus will be on finishing the month perfect, and that involves getting a big win next Sunday against Racing Louisville. Now, that will not be a live match for us here. That one is going to be... That's going to be 25th. We are definitely doing North Carolina, Utah. Depending on how timing works, I might be able to swing Boston, Kansas City, but we will have to see. But yeah, Angel City, after their win on Kansas City earlier, they open August over on their turf. So, yeah, this they cannot rest on their laurels. They need to get the 3 points where they can get it, stay in range of KC, and that match could very well be for a higher playoff position. So, definitely stay motivated, stay hungry. And everyone else here, hope you are enjoying this. Been a fun last 2 hours and 10 minutes. And yeah, I will see you all for recaps of matches. The Angel City one will be going up Sunday. The whole week will be going up over the course of the week. And I do have some other things I wanted to bring up as I was talking about other leagues. I will bring those up probably in a grand combined video at some point. So look forward to that. But until then, we are victorious. Go Angels!